Hello, beautiful people of YouTube. Today, I am talking about the danger of busyness becoming a distraction. So I kind of got thinking on this when you tell people that you're going through something, one of their initial reactions is to say, oh, make sure you stay busy. I'm not saying that this is wrong and I'm not saying that this is bad, but I do think that we need to be more careful when saying this to people in these sort of difficult situations. Now, what people mean when they say this is make sure you go about your daily routine. Make sure you're still eating, you're going to work, you're going to school, you're still hanging out with friends, doing your leisurely activities as normal. Make sure that you just don't stop doing life because you're sad or hurt or whatever those emotions might be in that season of your life. Now, the intentionality and the spirit behind the statement is all well and good, but for someone who is struggling to act normal, this may not be the best thing to say because when they are trying to process through and sit on and digest what they're going through, this statement can become very dangerous. I think we need to be careful because this is where we can fall into the mental trap of not knowing the distinction between being busy and being distracted. Staying busy should not equate to distracting yourself from your situations and your emotions. It is so easy to fall into that trap of being distracted by your busyness. It's hard to confront whatever you're going through, the emotions that you're feeling, but it is so incredibly necessary and healthy to confront those feelings. My freshman and sophomore year of college, I was so excited. I wanted to go everywhere. I wanted to do everything, be a part of all the organizations. But with that came a price to my mental and emotional health and well-being. I really didn't have time for, number one, myself. I didn't have time for friends to catch up on relationships, to really make a lot of new ones that lasted, and I didn't have time for family and for time with God. My freshman and sophomore year of college, I was so excited. I wanted to go everywhere, be a part of all the organizations. I'm naturally one of those people that love to be super involved and always have a busy schedule. However, this came at a price for my mental and emotional health and well-being. I was always so busy that I didn't even have time for myself, friends, family, or even God. At that point in my life, I didn't even know what the term rest really meant. I would say to people kind of jokingly, don't be like me, because I think deep down I knew that that type of lifestyle was not the healthiest, even though on the outside I appeared to be doing super well and being super accomplished, but on the inside, was I really feeding myself life-giving things and giving myself that downtime that I truly needed? I think it's scary when you feel like you can't stop. And I don't know about you, but for me, it's almost like a high that you get when you're able to fit so much into so little time. But ultimately, that's not healthy. It's not a sustainable pace or lifestyle. Something will end up giving, whether it's your health, relationships that you're in, or those relationships around you, something is going to give. As I mentioned before in one of my prior vlogs, my pastor at my church, Noah Nickel, just did a series called Pace. And in this sermon series, he talks about how American and westernized culture puts so much value and a tremendous amount of worth on busyness. Those who overdo, overwork, they do so much, are praised for it. And that has created a acceptance in our culture of doing way more than we actually should. We are literally feeding off of each other's compliments when it comes to that. And that's where we're getting our worth. I would be lying if I said that when people came up to me in those years and they're like, Nicole, like, you do so much. I don't know how you do it. You're literally everywhere. That I didn't feel really good about myself, that I didn't feel almost in a way superior to that person because I was able to handle all these things and I was able to juggle this type of schedule. I'm not saying that it's right or good, but that is the human nature in being busy. It is not a good habit or a process to get into. I was avoiding confronting and processing through my surroundings, my environments, and my feelings. And what may have seemed to be one of the most prosperous times of my life, the time where I would seem to be doing really well, was one of the lower points looking back where I felt the most uninspired. I was very much living with the attitude and the mindset of I gotta pay the bills, whatever pays the bills, and that's very true. I was taking on a lot of work, doing a lot of different jobs, and that was necessary. However, now being in my junior year, I am trying to take back control of my life, of my schedule, how I spend my time, really only doing the things that I really want to do for the reason of just finding joy in doing them, being with people that I really want to be with, because as one of my friends say, all these things are life-giving. Now understand this, I am in no way saying that I regret or am upset by my involvement or decisions of busyness the past 2 years. It was exhausting, but I enjoyed it. And like every season in life, good or bad, it was so necessary to prepare me for the future. So here's what I'm saying. Don't be like me. Don't try to build your value or your significance off of how busy you can be. This is so countercultural, but so extremely necessary, because the feelings of importance and prestige and prominence, they're all so temporary. And really at the end of the day, when you reflect on what you're doing, it's not really giving you true joy or peace. So here's what I'm saying. Don't be like me. Don't try to build your value or significance on how busy you are. This is so countercultural, but so necessary, because those feelings of importance or prestige or prominence, at the end of the day, they really are all just temporary and are not bringing you any true joy or peace. Don't be like me and have escapist behavior where you're trying to escape from your doubts and your insecurities and your pain and bury it into something like busyness. I think it is so important that we confront these emotions and feelings and thoughts that we have, instead of burying them and hiding them into something else. In 2019, I'm telling you, it's okay to cry, it's okay to fail, it's okay to admit your emotions to yourself and others. It is okay to learn the necessary no, when to be a little selfish and tell people that you need some time alone. And for those of you who are told that by friends or family, have some respect and understanding for that time to be alone and self-reflect and process through your thoughts and your feelings. It is so critical to your health, and we all need to be showing each other grace and support and encouragement in having that alone time and practicing slowing down and having a more sustainable and healthy pace to our lifestyles. So let's give each other some air to breathe and some room to think and feel, instead of burying it under busyness. In typical vlog fashion, we are going to end today on a quote. It is by John Cornfield, and it says, "When we get too caught up in the busyness of the world, we will lose connection with one another and ourselves." Okay guys, so I wish you all the best of luck going forward. Remember, this is a journey. There is no right or wrong answer or way to go about trying to implement a healthier, paced lifestyle, but I encourage you all to really set aside some you time to be alone with your thoughts and your feelings. Let me know how that goes for you. Let me know if you have any suggestions, if you want some suggestions, everything and anything down below in the comments. If you haven't already, please be sure to subscribe to this video right below here. And as always, popping up on your screen is Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Please follow me on social media if you don't already. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching and spending some time with me, and I will see you next time.